I always put what I'm doing, what my goals are. People remember you. All the people that I talk to that I am in real estate, now I can go back to them and then present the deals that I am already done, right? And then it will be easier for them to trust me at that point because they will see all the deals. And it's people that have their money on the market where they're making literally max 6%, 7%. So if I come and I offer them more or be a partners, don't ever ask them for money, present the opportunity. So I don't know how other people is doing it, but I'm presenting the opportunities pretty much. And that's really the way I'll raise capital, right?
Hello and welcome to Dream Start On podcast, the path to own your time. I'm your host, Edgar the Connector, and today we have Severo Flores. He's also a fellow Owners Club member, and I'm just meeting him. So you get to join me with the conversation of getting to know each other. Severo, you said you're from Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I actually live in Pennsylvania, originally from Mexico,
Nice. I'm from Mexico as well. What part?
Toluca, Mexico,
Toluca. Okay.
the
I'm
capital
not
of
too.
Mexico City. Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. Pennsylvania. How long have you been in Pennsylvania now?
I've been in Pennsylvania for 23 years now. Well, actually 21, and I was in North Carolina for 2 years, but Pennsylvania 21 years.
What made you decide to go to Pennsylvania, and what made you stay?
Yeah, so it's a long story, but so when I first got here, I came when I was 14 years old from Mexico. Not my decision, it was my dad's decision, but I got into North Carolina with two brothers, three brothers actually at the time. They live in North Carolina. And I had two sisters in Pennsylvania, which 2 years after I got here, I came to visit them. And then I just fall in love with Pennsylvania and decided to stay here.
Cool story.
Yeah.
What are you doing for real estate right now, or your own business as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I always been I can say a businessman since I'm little. I always love money. I don't like people to tell me what to do, so I start my business early. Like I was literally in Mexico when I started my first business. It was breeding bunnies and sell them and trade them for food and stuff. And that's how I discovered money. And then I start my journey from there. I came here. I went to school. I didn't like to live with a brother. I quit school a year later and then start working, learning many different things. And then when I was 20 years old, I started my own business because I was tired of people telling me what to do, when I have a better ideas to get things done.
Right.
So I started painting business here in Pennsylvania when I was 20. I mean, I did it for a while until I got tired and I was like, listen, I gotta make my money work for me. I started discovering other things. Like I started learning about the stock market, trading, and all that kind of stuff, where it was like really stressful, lost money. I discovered real estate. I read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that was like a switch. So I started investing in myself in real estate, reading books, going to seminars, and then right now I'm doing fix and flip, buy and hold for a co-living affordable housing. So that's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
Fix and flips. How long have you been doing fix and flips now?
Since 2021 is when I start. That's when I did my first flip.
Okay. How'd that one go?
I make a little bit of money. I partner up with someone with an agent. So short story, I mean, I pay for a seminar. It was like 6 months for this training. I pay about $25,000 for that one. And then we were gonna have a live event in Orlando and they canceled. It was 21 or 20 when COVID happened.
Yeah, 20.
So they cancel, and about that time, I already learned the process of fix and flip, right? So I was desperate for my first deal. So what I did is since they canceled the event, I say to myself after the event, I am gonna go heavy and fix and flip. But then since they canceled the event, I start talking to people, and I came across this agent who I know from my painting business that refer me a lot of clients. And then I told her, listen, I learned this strategies. I'm gonna start doing this. If you have any properties that they're like distressed, need work or undervalued, I mean, send them my way. I'll review them and then I'll buy them. She had three the past year that she also wants to do fix and flip. So we decide to partner up. I say, well, if you bring deals and then I can manage them, I can do other stuff, and then we can just get them done. And that's how I got my first fix and flip done. She bring a deal, I managed the contractors and all that. We got the money together, and then yeah, that was my first flip. I make about 13,000 on that one.
Awesome, man. Good success story. First one, make those 13K plus the experience. I think the experience is the biggest thing because then it encourages you that you can do it. And now that you've learned more, that the next one should be a little bit smoother, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's experience and on everything, you know what I mean? Like with hiring contractors, everything about the property, you know what I mean? Like HVACs, roofs, and all that, how to inspect everything, you know? So we came across a couple of things that we were not inspecting, and that's in fix and flip in general, right? You're always going to find these details, but when you start doing it, you get all this experience that prevents you for like how big, what would be the right word? Uninspected things, you know. So yeah, and from there I start taking over, you know what I mean? Like I start doing looking for more properties. I start doing it myself, partner with other people. I got into the sub two community 2 years ago, December 2022. It was a life changing, you know, with all the stuff that we learned, that I learned in here, you know, all the creative stuff, all the connections. It's yeah, totally different.
Yeah, Sub 2, the community is amazing. If you haven't joined Sub 2 yet, you have the link below. Get in there, check it out. Check out the community. It's not just about a mentorship, it's about the people that you're going to hang out with and people that are willing to show you. Their pace is big about being a go-giver community, and he completely believes in that. And everybody that joins the group is supposed to have that mentality as well.
Yeah, 100%, man. That's one of the things that I love, you know, the go-giver thing, you know, they pull each other, they help each other. I'll say that's priceless, you know.
Oh yeah. Biggest thing he says is about making money. You know, you can't make another dollar without another human being. So with
Exactly.
the community, you have multiple people, thousands of people that are in the community as well and want to do the same thing. So it's easier to have the like-minded people be there to help you out and grow faster.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you guys can click the link below. I mean, check it out. But listen, what I've been telling people that I come across because I run a meetup right here where I am, and they always
Cool.
ask, "Hey, how's up to? How's this?" Like, listen, I mean, I can tell you a couple things, but it's nothing like you experience it yourself. And then you're gonna actually realize how powerful the community is, you know. I can always say good things because all good things happen to me, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how many flips have you done now?
Right now, I think I'm 13 or 14 flips.
Nice.
So,
And
yeah.
how have you been funding your flips?
When I partner up with an agent on the first flip, she actually introduced me to a PML, private money lender, and then I earn her trust. So right now, she's the one that's been funding my all my flips, you know. Right now, I'm in the middle of three flips, actually four flips.
Oh, wow.
Three of them are on the market already. One it's under contract. We close in Thursday, and then the other two on market. Those are my PML found those, and then I got one going on in Dallas, Texas that I founded myself. I'm in the middle of those for two, and then I'm actually closing in another two to start the process on those next week.
Hopefully that goes well. Congrats on those. So you're doing one remote flip in Dallas? Is that your first remote flip?
Well, I actually have a partner over there. He's opened Owners Club last year, and then I joined that one. So I got to meet this guy through a friend. We started doing deals together, you know. Like I become as a PMP and some of the co-living properties that he finds. And then he came across this flip that it's a really good potential. So he presented to me, and then I jump in as a partner.
Who's the person in Dallas?
Bobby,
Bobby. I
that's
don't think
his
I've met
name.
Bobby.
He's in sub two. He's not an owners club.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool, man.
yeah.
Hopefully that goes well. So that's your first remote flip, right, in Dallas?
That's the first one in Dallas. Eventually, I'm moving down to Dallas. That's why I started investing over there. And now that I met Bobby and then other people over there, so we already talk about start doing deals together, you know. And then once I come down there, I mean, I can just start doing a lot of more, you know. So at
Cool.
that point, I already know the market and all that kind of stuff.
Nice, man. You can think you'll move to Dallas before Squad Up Summit?
No, it's gonna be maybe 2 years, close to 3 years. I have a son in here. He's 15 now, um, which he's half of the time with me and half of the time with his mom.
Okay.
So once he turns 18, I'm I'm heading down to Dallas. So yeah,
Okay. Oh man,
that's
that's a good reason to stay. That's a good
yeah,
reason to stay.
yeah.
So before you started doing fix and flips, are you doing some of the construction? Did you learn construction before you started doing fix and flips?
I did learn, like I mentioned before, I worked for a couple of years from 15 years old to like 20 when I started my first business. And then I work in multiple things, right? Like flooring, drywall,
Okay.
painting, which I start my business on it. But when I start the fix and flip, I did learn through this mentorship at the time when I was in that mentorship. That wasn't good to for you to do the work, right? Always hire somebody,
All right.
um, and you put yourself on something that will be more valuable, and you make more a lot more. So I never did any of the work, although I put on some of the flips, I do put my painting crew to do the work sometimes. Yeah, but me physically, I don't.
That's good, man. Owner mentality. That's very good.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you find your contractors? Because sometimes it's difficult to find somebody in the vet that they're going to do the work very well.
Oh yeah, I mean I can say that's the hardest part, on the fix and flip. At least for me, Um, since I own the painting business, I know a lot of people around. I always met people in Home Depot, Sharon Williams, people that do different things, and then that's how I've been hiring people individually. I don't hire a GC, a general contractor. I hire people individually and then
Okay.
I just run them, like I do the schedule for them and all that kind of stuff. So I think I move things faster that way. Because I'm pretty much familiar with everything, so I can structure everything the right way.
For your flips, have you set up like a guide on all the flips you're going to use, like what material you're going to use, what countertops, what cabinets, and like paint color? Do you have one that you just give to the people that are doing, or is it different for each flip that you do?
It's actually different for each. And since I'm out there all the time, like I mean I change things, it depends what is trending out there and also where the property is located. So each one is different.
Okay.
Um, but right now I'm actually thinking on start doing something just certain things, because the goal for this year is it's big. Like I want to accomplish between 25 and 30 flips. So putting all the systems together and all that kind of stuff. So it won't require a lot of my time, and I'll focus more on like finding the deals and stuff.
I'm just curious. I haven't done any fix and flips, but there was somebody I would follow, and they created their guide of fix and flips, and he would give it basically to each project manager that was doing the fix, and it told you like what cabinets they're going to use, what colors, and where to get all this stuff. So everybody was consistent. You already had the good pricing, so they couldn't go somewhere else to get the material and give you different pricing. You already knew what what the price was going to be for all this stuff. You're going to get your tile, your countertops, all that. So I don't know if that was something you were doing or if something like that would help you in your fix and flip business to just make it easier and more consistent for us with your flips.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm actually the one I'm closing next week. I am gonna have a general contractor on that one actually because it's right in the city, Philadelphia city, and I'm not familiar with the codes and any of that. So this guy is a general contractor. He was inspector at one point in the city, and then he also does fix and flips for himself. So we have a conversation, and then he pretty much kind of walked me through on that. Like, listen, like you just give me a list, the companies that you use, and I just go and get everything. Like you don't have to. So that was really good for him to say. I mean, I never thought about it before, but yeah, and I'm gonna start implementing that. The companies that I use in the past, just give them the name, and the stuff that I use and all that stuff, and then they can just go get it.
Cool. Yeah. If I remember, or if you send me a message after this podcast, I can try to find that suggestion that I saw, like the contractor's book for flipping, and see if you can get any ideas to help you streamline your flips and make you more profitable.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that'll be really helpful. Yeah, for sure.
So speaking of goals, what's your Mount Everest that the Owners Club has given us as homework?
Yeah. It take me a while to discover it, I mean, it keep changing every time. But I mean, I think got back from Boston and then the last retreat that we just got,
Yeah.
I actually have what I want to do, right? So my Mount Everest, and then I structure in 3 years. It's fix and flip, make 5 million through fix and flip, and then half of the money is gonna go for co-living, affordable housing, and the other half a million will be lending. So that's my
Nice.
my main Mount Everest, pretty much.
So 5 million. And then are you also doing Gator? Are you in the Gator community as well?
I am not, but what I'm planning to do, I'm trying to actually to get my son into it or my wife so they can learn the process and Gator and all that. But they're not too motivated about it. So what I thought about it was that I may just use somebody, that's already doing Gator,
Yeah.
and then I just put my money with them and then I'll ask for a certain percentage and then they can make money with my money. So I don't mind as long as my money is making money.
5 million with that. That should be pretty doable. What is the price ranges in Philadelphia for the fix and flips, like your ARV that you're usually selling them at?
So the biggest one that I did, I actually sold it this year was seven. I sold it for 750, but right now I have a buy box that I'm not looking to buy any properties over 600K of the ARV. Yeah, I mean I'll buy it from 0 to 600K ARV. Yeah, so
Okay. Yeah, 600. That's not too bad. How far are you from Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, I'm 35 minutes, 40 minutes from
Okay.
Philly.
What part are you in Pennsylvania?
I'm on Chester County, Downingtown, Pennsylvania.
Chester
Yeah.
County. I went
Yes.
to Philadelphia once back like 15 years ago. I used to work in the refineries.
Mhm.
We were working in New Jersey in the Valero plant out there, and we would go to Philadelphia for the Philly cheesesteaks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Those are some good. I don't know what it is about the cheesesteaks out there. They're way different than here, but they're freaking delicious.
They're good, yeah. Yeah. I was actually just when I went look at the property with the contractor, I take my kids and my wife with me. And then we went to so Pace came a couple months back and then we had a meetup. It was like literally like a hundred people probably in the meetup, if not more. And then we met at this park, right? And then they decide to go for cheesesteaks, but we all walk to the cheesesteak place. It was like literally like 100 people walking on the streets going to the cheesesteak. It's called Jimmy's Cheesesteaks, one of the most famous in Philly.
I think we went to that one. I think we hit up three. We hit up Gino's and Pat's that like everybody knows about. And then
Yeah,
Jim's was like the one that not many people know about outside of Philadelphia, but I think it was the best one out of the three.
Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah. I
We would,
like
we would,
Geno's, but nah, I mean Jimmy's is way better.
yeah, Jimmy's. We would eat that afternoon or that evening, and then we would take one for work, and then we'd eat it during lunch, and it was still so good reheated in a microwave. Oh man, it was still so delicious.
Yeah, yeah,
Not sponsored. I haven't been to Jimmy's in 15 years.
yeah, they're good. My son actually eat too. I mean, the age, like I mean, like when you teenagers, you eat just eat and eat. Like he
Never
got two
ending,
cheesesteaks.
man.
I'm like, man, how you fit those in? Because he's
Yeah.
fit. But yeah.
Have you kept any of your fix and flips yet?
No, actually, that's what I say. Like the Mount Everest keep changing because originally with the two of the flips that I have right now, my goal was to hold them and either rent them as a long term because I got them a really good price, refinance them, and then put some money in my pocket and rent them for long term. I actually finished one. I listed for rent and then I got no much traffic within a month. So then I changed the strategy. I say, listen, well, I can still hold it. I can still sell it and be able to make more money. So I tried to do a lease option or wrap it, but I got like three people coming in and they're complaining about the interest rate, because the interest rate right now it's high.
Yeah.
So if I refinance, if I do the DSCR, I'll get like 7% interest rate, about 7%. So it means I have to give them interest rate on 8.5 or 9% in order for me to make money on cash flow, right?
Right.
So people are complaining about that. So then last minute, since my amount ever changed with all this, just seeing all that, and then went to the Boston and all my things that I was putting in paper, then I just decided to solve them. But I was thinking and start holding it. based on my Mount Everest, like I don't want to be a landlord. I just want to be hands-free on everything. So
Right.
that's why I decide to sell them, Yeah.
You got to team up with somebody that's already doing it so you can be a lot more hands off.
Other than my Mount Everest, I got a bigger goal, right? So I come from nothing, to be honest with you. Like I mean, when I grow up, I have no toys. Sometimes I have no food on the table when I was little. So one of my big goals is learn all these things that I already learned and keep learning more. Pace pushing us to speaking stage and all that kind of stuff. But
Yep.
I want to help Hispanic community. I want to show Hispanic community that everything is possible, man. Like you know what I mean? That's just either that they're afraid, they lack of knowledge, or different things, right? That they're stopping them. But if you put something in your head, if you put a goal, everything is achievable.
Yeah.
My main thing that what I want to do after I, let's say, retire, or maybe not retire, I may have a crew doing the fix and flip and then other crew doing the landing or whatever things I have going on. But I want to be pretty much out there doing events for Hispanic people, helping them because you probably see around your area, but around my area, all what you see Hispanic people is most of them are working outside, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? Landscape and construction and all that stuff.
Yep. I was
And
one of them.
what's up?
I was one of them.
Yeah, I mean, same here, until like I say, I read that book, something click on my head, and I just started learning and taking over. You really gotta invest in yourself. You want to be hungry to do something. And
Right.
then that's something that a lot of people they are hungry, but they don't know that there's all these opportunities out there. If we start putting it out there, I mean, start presenting all these opportunities to them. I mean, a lot of people will invest. Like I met people with a lot of money, cash sitting on their house.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much why my main thing. What I want to do is help to break their mentality to wealth.
Have you met Armando Cruz? He's an owners club.
Armando Cruz, de Los Hermanitos.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We met. We have a couple conversations. They're killing it.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
doing what you want to do, man. You should try to team up with them. He's got the Latinos creativity group and he's teaching Hispanics that if he can do it, anybody can do it. His story's pretty wild. We did a podcast when we were in Owners Club and his story thing is amazing.
Oh yeah, I met
Yeah.
him in Arizona when we were in the retreat in Arizona. We talked for a bit, and he kind of told me a little bit of his background, and it's amazing, man, what he's accomplished. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah,
has 250 properties, done it
yeah.
all in about 4 years.
And then different restaurants, right? Like he also owns restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, he's got 11 restaurants called Fast Taco,
Oh yeah.
all in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything is possible. You know what I mean? You just got to put the effort. You got to invest in yourself. You got to put yourself out there. I would say the biggest thing is manage your time. That's the biggest key.
Yeah, for sure. Pace has been showing us about his calendar. And now that I've been doing that, I gives me a lot more focus on staying on task within that time frame. Because if not, I will be like, oh, this is easy. I can go do this real quick. And then I'll go start that and then I'll forget about something else and I'll come back to that and stop when I'm in the middle of something. So just putting it on the calendar and seeing it there, it just makes me focus on just working on that and leaving something else alone because I've already put it on my calendar that I'll come back to it and finish it during the allotted time for it.
Yeah, 100%. Like I have a lot of free time right now that I'm out of those three flips in here. And then my calendar is pretty open. I get on the Zoom calls that I have to, that I know they're like going to help me. And then I do Zoom calls with people to help them out and stuff like that. But I'm still like, I can say the struggle with what else I can fit on my free time, right? Because I schedule stuff with my family, with my kids and stuff, but I still have free time that I'm not quite sure where to put that. You know what I mean? What to start learning more or what to do in there.
Before we started the podcast, you said you were getting into co-living now.
Yes. Yeah.
Your goal in co-living is to, I guess, fund them so you don't have to the management and the day-to-day of it.
Correct. So I just want to become a PMP, pretty much hands-free and then just getting the cash flow and the appreciation on the properties.
Right.
Yeah. So I got my first property 3 months ago. I can't remember, to be honest with you, if it was 3 or 4 bedroom and we converted to like a bedroom. And then we got one tenant already. It's already finished. So we got one tenant and I just talked to my partner and he was looking to put other 4 people that he has in one of his other properties into ours.
How are you advertising that? Are you using Pad Split?
He actually advertised, so he handles all that. So I become as a PMP. I just bring the money. He handles the rehab. He handles the management and all that. So he does his own advertising. We don't use Pad Split, but I jump in one of the Zoom calls of co-living, and they talk about. I think you were on that call, right? When they talk about actually advertising it in order to get them feel faster to do the Airbnb thing or something like that.
Yeah, that was me about the Airbnb. Yeah, list the rooms on Airbnb, just run them by the room that way, and then you'll start getting more views because Airbnb is such a huge platform, and then start filling them that way. And then Pad Split, it depends on your area. You can check to see if they are available there. Yeah, you can sign up with them as well. They take 8%. So they take, I think, the first 10 days, Pad Split keeps, and then 8% a monthly rate, and they charge the tenants per week. But they take care of all the background checks and the collections of funds and this and that. But if you want to join Pad Split, I have a link below. Jump into there and check it out. It doesn't cost you anything to start. And then you can have a call with one of the reps and they'll explain to you if that's an area that they advertise in. So we have, because Houston, they'll advertise inside of Houston, but I have some properties right outside of Houston and they don't advertise in those areas. So I haven't used their platform because I'm outside of Houston.
Gotcha. So now when it comes to the percentage, they're 8% per person, right?
Yes.
Yeah. My partner Bobby, he presented that to me. He's like, hey, well, we may want to use Pad Split for like 4 bedrooms, and then just to fill the house faster. After I jump on the Zoom call, and then I think you say you're the one that mentioned it, right?
Yeah, the Airbnb running by the room.
Yeah. So I mentioned it to him, and I think he's gonna start doing that as well. So because of course, as an investor, I want to see my return fast, right? And my cash flow.
Of course.
I mean, it take a month and a half for the rehab, and we've been a month and a half almost like waiting for the tenants. So I mean, we got to move fast, because I want to see the return of my money. But yeah, no, thanks, man. I'll definitely keep this in mind. I'll talk to him again, and then we may go to Pat Split for a couple of rooms and the Airbnb as well. So we feel it fast.
Yeah, set up Airbnb first, and then while you're talking to Pad Split, you can hopefully get some room filled that way. And then Pad Split, once they get over, I don't think you'll be able to do both at the same time. That's between you guys and the rep.
Gotcha.
And then please use my link so we both get some referral credit.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, pushing those affiliate space teaching as well.
Oh yeah, that's something I'm actually working on that because I want to see how I am gonna structure to offer them or put them on my social media.
We're just talking about it. Like right now, we talked about Sub 2, and now we're talking about Pad Split, and then Airbnb too. If you don't have your Airbnb listing yet, use my referral code. You'll get some money back as well. Whoever's watching this, if you want to see what software I'm using, what programs, you click on the QR code there to see the affiliate links that I have for all the software I'm using and the communities I'm in: Sub2, Gator, Pad Split, Airbnb, credit stacking. There's a lot. So it helps out if we get people that way.
Are you using deal sauce yet?
No, I haven't taken the time to see what it's about, but I'm hearing good things about it.
Yeah, I heard a really good thing, so I'm actually signing up probably today because I mean last night I was in the Zoom call with Jamil, and I think his name is Dustin, I believe.
Yeah.
He talked about it a little bit. So, and I've been hearing a lot of things like John McAllister. He's the one that brings me deals. He's doing a lot of wholesaling. So he also talked to me a little bit about like I'm not doing marketing myself, but I can use it for like I do a little bit of to pre-foreclosures to find deals. And then I have a girl that works with me. So I'll just get it, we start using it and we start doing the affiliate, then pretty much pay for itself,
Yeah, and they're giving you 2 weeks free to try it out. Yeah, Deal Sauce, if you're watching this, get on Severo's Deal Sauce affiliate link. He's gonna have one in the comments below once he gets set up. Now that you're getting into PMPs, who do you want to partner up with PMPs? Mainly co-living or fix and flips?
I'll say mainly co-living. Yeah, mainly co-living and fix and flip. For somebody that's in Gator, once I start working with somebody that's in Gator, I'm gonna be like short term, probably for like EMD and stuff, like short period of time, no more than 3 months. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm on the lending side, what I'm looking for.
So if you only want to lend for about 3 months period?
On the Gator side as a EMD.
Okay.
But as a PMP, I mean, I would like to PMP with people that's doing co-living, that they actually manage the co-living stuff. On the lending, I mean, with fix and flip, I'll probably JV. I mean, I'll have to know the person and how many deals they're done and how how many of those deals are successful and all that stuff in order for me to like JV, you know?
And
So
you're open to JVing in all states, or are you going to want to stay more in the landlord-friendly states?
I'll say, I mean, landlord, you know, friendly, yeah. And then with being an owners club, to be honest with you, like it's a lot of people that are killing it, right? Like you doing a lot of deals,
I'm
like
doing a little bit.
yeah. But eventually, you know, that's the goal to like just do more and more and more, right? And we
Right.
right now we getting to know each other, you know, we can come with a plan together, like I just did with the other Edgar, you know, from Georgia.
Oh, Edgar Vargas, yeah.
Yeah, so we talk about it. We spent a lot of time and the retreat that just passed. We came across so he's like I was like, hey, listen, like look for flips. I'll come in, you know, I'll find them. You know, we can start working together. Also with oh man, what's his name? Forgot his name. Luber. Is Luber in your market?
Oh yeah, we're partnering up on a deal we're trying to close on a Morby method.
Yeah, so that's another person that I talk to him, you know what I mean, and then we talk about potentially partner up or do something together. I mean, this community, like just being an honors club, is more. I love sub too and everything, but honors club it's more intimate. It's more like okay, we're gonna make things happen, you know.
Yeah, Luber's doing really good. He's got over 40 doors on Pad Split in the Houston area. He does quite a few raps as well.
Yeah, he's killing it. Yeah,
I'm hoping to close on this Morby method pretty soon. We've been dragging on for a bit.
nice, congrats.
Thank you.
So you guys just get it, or you guys already?
We have it locked up and we're waiting to close. We're just waiting for since the Morby method, we have to do that second transaction, and we're waiting on that details to get hashed out between the seller and Louver and title to make sure it's all done correctly because we're using some transactional lending there as well. So the
Nice.
transactional lending is what's slowing it up to make sure all of our ducks are in a row, our I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
So who brought that? Who brought the deal to the table? You.
I brought it. I got it through an agent that I reached out through using Astro Blaster, our SMS servicing, and then I built a relationship with the agent. Talked to them a couple of times about some sub two deals, this and that, and then they brought this one from another agent that their seller had it on the market for a bit, and they did flip the property. It's a beautiful flip, but it's on a really busy street, so all the families that went to go look at it. They backed out because of the road being so busy. And then talking to Luver and his partner, Carolina, they do a lot of co-living. So they looked at it, said, hey, we can make this into 7, 8 beds. We can make it work as co-living, but we could do it as a Morby method. I figured it'd be a Morby method because the flippers have the hard money loan. They need to be paid out that portion. So we're going to pay them out 600,000 and that'll cover their hard money loan. They'll get some money out of it. And then we'll also seller finance the 260K remaining.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's it just
It's dragging. Agents involved, they get confused, and then it's a good teaching. We have to teach them, so it's also a learning experience for us to make sure we're a lot more clear about once we say it once, but to repeat it to them and make sure they understand. And one thing I've learned is when you tell somebody something, don't just say, "Oh, okay, you got it," and they say, "Okay." Ask them to repeat it to you so you know that they really truly understand it, and they're not just saying it to end the conversation.
yeah, that's good right there. Yeah, ask them to repeat it. Yeah. But the good thing with the agents is that once you walk them through and they understand, now there's somebody that you have on your side, right, for the future deals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a plus, you know. Like I did couple innovations, and then literally one of the agents who bring the first deal, like I just walk him through, and then now he's bringing all this. They're not all deals, but still, like he's active out there looking for something, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Always having more eyes on it and somebody that's going to send you something for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's something I got to focus more on my agent outreach. I still have the software and I use it a little bit, but I haven't put too much time focus. I want to do all the things, but I don't have time to do all the things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got to learn what to focus on, and that's my biggest issue. So I'm not focusing on one thing or just a couple of things. I'm focusing on too many things, and it's just making it real thin to not be able to maximize on what I really want.
Do you have a team in place?
No, it's me, myself, and I, the three of us.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to for a team?
Oh yeah, I need to get a team. Listening to Dan Martell when he said if you don't have an assistant, you are the assistant. I was like, ooh.
Oh yeah.
But I started reading this book, and one of the biggest thing he says, if you make $100 an hour, but you stop to do a $10 job hour, you're costing your business $90 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
so true. The thing is now, like, okay, yeah, I know I need an assistant, but where am I going to go look for one? So it's like, I guess VA. I'll go check out Pace's VA. I forgot what they're called. Start Virtual, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. That
Reach out
ritual.
to them.
Yeah.
I need to interview my operator. I haven't done an operator yet that we have available to us. Have you looked into the operators yet?
Not yet. I actually was gonna email Molly because with I talked to other owners for a process that I was looking to do on my painting company because I pretty much when I got into sub two I let my painting company go down, right? So I was kind of like trying to figure out should I just let it go or should I grow the company to be a 6 or 8 figure business, right? So I talked to these 3 other owners. They recommend, oh, you got to get an operator, right? And we have them available. So I just gotta email Molly, you know?
Yeah, just go to the Owners Club link tree and they have a form there to fill out. You fill that out and then you'll get a list of operators. This is what another owner told me. You get a list of operators and then you can kind of see they are, and then you can request an interview, and then you just have a one-on-one, meet them, see how y'all fit together, and then like somebody else to talk to mentioned that you don't have to have a full-time, you can have them part-time. So if you're worried about keep them busy for the whole time or how much you can budget into them, then you can do it part time. So I have it on my calendar to fill out the form to get an operator and then do some interviews. And I might not even pick one up, but just interviewing them. I'll know what they have to offer and what I can get some help with, which I may not be thinking about that I need help with on my own.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely for sure. I'll look into it. Like I said, I was gonna email Molly because I do have so the girl that helps me out, she does a lot of the stuff, right? That it takes a lot of away from my end, like from my back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still do that's on the real estate, but for the painting business and all that. So I really do need an operator, like I would say ASAP, you know, especially with this big goal right now. I don't want to just like be in the middle of the year and have 15 flips or whatever and the painting business and it just go crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you're still getting a lot of referrals, yeah, I think you should let it grow, and because it's going to be simple if you already have word of mouth, people coming back to you for paintings and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the case because that's the business that was given me to support all my expenses, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I was just like, I mean, I'm not just gonna let it go, you know what I mean? After going to the retreats and then meet all these people, business owners and all that. Who it is? I think it's Abraham or Jared Norton. One of them, like actually, what they do is they buy businesses, they grow and they sell them, and they get equity for life, you know, percentage. So I was like, man, why not? Like I have my brand, I have my logo, I have my vans, I have my people that works for me. I have some customers. I think that's the most. I think that's what I'm missing: more customers, you know, more leads.
Okay.
And then somebody actually that will take care of like the schedule and the phone calls and all that kind of stuff.
You have
Yeah.
a Instagram site for your paint shop to show the before and after?
I actually hire a VA who was just fired, and he actually. So I had Facebook and I have a website, but I didn't have Instagram. So 3 months ago, I hired a VA, and then he opened the Instagram, but I wasn't because I was busy and I didn't have my guys. Okay, take pictures before and after because I was somewhere else. I didn't
Right.
have time to take pictures and send it to him, you know. So that the site is there, but there's not much really on that.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is doing that. And with Facebook and Instagram, since they're both owned by Meta, you can go into the business page and do one post and it'll send it to both Facebook and Instagram. That's why I do mine. I schedule mine on Sunday nights and I do go to Meta and I'll send out Facebook and Instagram. I'll schedule it for the week.
Nice. See, those are the things that I need to learn, and then I think I mean, some of my time I have to put it into that because I'm a visionary. I don't. To be honest with you, I don't love the technology much. I like to do business, but on the world that we live in, we need to know this, you know?
Yeah, I love technology when it works. Like when we
Yeah.
started earlier and my picture was cut off like halfway, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yes. For your properties, do you have that one rental or do you have more than one?
I only had one rental. I only have one rental right now. and I have that property in Texas that I just got as a co-living, and then my primary. Yeah, I'm not looking to acquire more rentals, just co-living, just co-living where I don't have to take care of anything.
You got to get your taxes down too.
Yeah.
Help out majorly. So if we have somebody listening and they're looking for a private money partner, what do they need to send you to for you to approve them to start working with them to send the money?
Well, first of all, I will have to be somebody that's actually in the community, somebody that it's actually making things happen, proof of their making things happen, the hearts of the deals that they done and all that kind of stuff. And they can just DM me on Instagram. I'm as Severo Flores, REI, and then we can start from there, all the process.
Community as in sub two, owners club, Gator, any of those three?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Is there a minimum you want to put in the deal, and what's the maximum you have that you want to put in the deal currently?
Really, like if it's a really great deal, like I can move around and look for the money if I don't have it. So there's no minimum. I'll say I'll stick more less than what my buy box is, like 600K. Nothing bigger than that, unless it's like a multifamily or something like that. If that's what I'm looking for the multifamily, it'll be more of it'll be a PMP to be a
Right.
PMP on the deal.
I mean, that's what you're focused on, PMP, or you want to do 50-50 PMP and PML, private money lending and private money partners?
I would say PMP will be better, but if they're not open and they have a great deal, I mean, and then I have get the return that I'm looking on my money, I can be a PML.
Okay. Yeah, I got quite a few people looking for money. One in Atlanta area, Georgia area, and then Tennessee, Dallas, San Antonio, Houston as well. So I guess I need to get a message from you saying that what do you have available. So when I do have something, I don't have to say, hey, do you have this much available? I'll just say, hey, this is a deal. You have this much available if you want to jump in or not. There's one I'm about to partner up with, another owners club. It's gonna be like 40K for 30% of co-living property that he has in Tennessee. So he sent me the first part of it. I'm waiting for some paperwork, and then it's like 10% entry fee to get 30% equity. So I think it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, right there, 40,000 or 30. I mean, I mean, the way I'm working, I like the way I structure with my partner. But if I am gonna be putting the money, I would say I'll probably, if I do full funding of the deal, I mean, I would like to get 70% of the equity. Yeah,
And that's for properties that become co-living, right?
the
That's all you're
property.
looking.
Yeah.
And then for flips, you do lending for flips as well.
I mean, I can do gap lending probably. I'm not on the level yet that I can fund a full fix and flip, but I can do gap lending.
Okay. As being a connector, I'm asking these questions so when I do meet people, I can refer them or what I need to get an idea.
Yeah. Right now, like I have these flips going out, man, I'm gonna have money to put in different places. So as soon as I get it, I mean, I want to have opportunities where I can put it right in. I mean, and anything that come your way, and then we can evaluate, and then if it works, we can definitely work together.
Yeah, sounds good. You said you already have a way to structure it. How are you structuring it currently?
Structure the deals.
Yeah.
So I mean, I will have to evaluate the deals, in order to see what I can land and how much I'm looking to get.
Okay. So we have somebody that's going to do a property co-living and they're going to pick it up as a fix and flip. What do you want to see? You want to see ARV, rehab costs, purchase price?
I mean, it will be the three of them actually, to make sure we don't buy too high. We make sure that the entry fee is not a lot, and then the cash flow is there. I'll say minimum return on that will be like 20% on the money that we put in minimum. The one we got right now, it's 33% return.
Nice.
Yeah, those are that kind of ideal deals that I'm looking for, where my partner or my partners can make money and I can make money.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the goal. Make money, help other people out by providing affordable housing with the co-living.
exactly.
How many properties do you want to pick up this year? I know you're doing a bunch of flips, but how many do you want to be owner of?
I was doing the math actually. So based on this property that I bought as a PMP, I mean I got in with 70K. And then if I accomplish $1 million in fix and flip, I mean pretty much most of the money is gonna go into that. So I think the math was between 12 and 15 properties. Yeah,
Nice.
I think that's
In
what.
this one year, you're gonna get 12 this year?
Yep.
Okay, cool. You can do 30 flips and pick up 12 co-living properties.
Well, yeah. So all the flips, I would say, all like any money that comes through the fix and flip, I would just put it into co-living because I'm not looking to make less than $50,000 in a flip. So that's why I'm going heavy on the underwriting and make sure that the deals are deals. So my minimum will be 50,000 profit on each flip that I can just put it back into like one property for co-living.
Okay, awesome. And that's all in the Pennsylvania area. With your flips, are you funding them all yourself, or are you also using hard money, private money?
So I'm using the PMP, or
Okay.
private money. The one I'm doing in Texas, I use my money. But we did that one is creative. So I got in with like 100,000 that I put into the deal for rehab and then inquire as a subject to. And then we got it, we fix it, and now it's in market. Yeah.
Cool. You picked one up, subject to, did a fix and flip, and now you're gonna sub two, sell it on the market. Cool.
Got it on the market, yeah. It was pre-foreclosure. Although my money, it's like in a fourth position actually.
Oh
So
wow.
there's yeah, but there's that's one of the things that I am not familiar. There is a lien or two liens against the property that they're not due. They're not due. They don't have a date to do onto the property sells. So if the property sells, then those liens have to get paid.
Right.
So then that brings my money into like a second position pretty much.
I think it depends on what the liens are. Do you know what they're for?
I'm not quite sure on what they're for. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know one of the sub twos that I picked up was had a child support lien on it, but they got it removed because they had come to an agreement before, and then they would process the paperwork to get it cleared off.
Yeah, I gotta ask my partner what the links are. Yeah, but that was a good deal, man. I'm like we're in probably less than 400. No, about 420, I would say, with the mortgage and liens and my money in the rehab or everything. And then we already have an offer of 480, and this was if we sell it as it is, like how it was. But right now we listed for 609, which it's been in market for 4 months, not much clicks, no showings. So we dropping the price to 585 today actually. So
Wow.
we're gonna make good on that one if it sells at that price.
You haven't tried to wrap it? Is the interest rate too still high?
The interest rate is not high, it's 4%, I believe. I mean, with the ARV of that property and the mortgage payment, it ended up like the payment it's gonna be like close to like 4,000.
Okay.
I think like 3,500, 4,000. So I don't know if a wrap will work that way, with the higher payment.
I haven't done too many. I haven't done any really to know.
And the other thing is like I would like to recover my money. Well, I mean I can leave it there and make my money on the cash flow, but there'll be something actually I can talk to. Like if it doesn't sell at that price, I mean we probably wrap
Well,
it.
always give the option.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just make it an option as well to do a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Because you with the wrap, you'll get a big down payment, and then you make
It'll
some
be
cash
like
flow.
Yeah, it'll be like half of the money that I put in. And then I can just go 50-50 on the cash flow with my partner because he was involved. He managed the rehab and all that.
Yeah,
And,
another option.
mhm.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna help you try to find some people that need private money partners for co-living. What else can I help you out with?
What else? What am I looking for? Yeah, if you can help me with a structure, what do we say, the homework or something
Yeah,
like yeah, yeah.
the
I mean
homework.
that would be great. I mean, and then even that I am lending money and all that, like I'm still raising capital out there, most of my area.
When you're raising capital, do you just tell people, "Hey, do you want to invest in this?" And then I will have deals in the future, or do you tell them, "I have this deal and I need to raise so much"? So how does your raising capital work for you?
So it's really simple for me because I have customers through the painting business. Most of my jobs are retail people with money. So when I come and do the proposals, and then a lot of them I already know them for a long time, right? So it's people that keep coming back, right? So then they already know me. I make my customers not my customers, I make them my friends. So I tell them all
Awesome.
the time what I'm doing, right? Like for example, right now, like literally before we went to Boston, this customer called me for a job. So I went, he was super excited for seeing me again, and then I'm still in business and this and that. But a long time ago, when I did the first job for him, I presented him the idea I got the painting business, but I am looking to have more businesses, right? So this guy remembers he's in the stock market. He works for the stock market. I don't know what company he works for, but it means he have access to a lot of money. So this time when he called me, his wife mentioned in front of him, hey, he always remember, he always talk about you. And then every time we drive by this car wash, he thinks about you and he wants to buy this business with you. So I always put myself of what I'm doing, what my goals are, and then people remember you. And that's really the way I'll raise capital, right? Like all the people that they already talked to that I am in real estate. Now I can go back to them and then present the deals that I am already done, right? And then it will be easier for them to trust me at that point because they will see all the deals. And it's people that have their money on the market where they're making literally max 6%, 7%. So if I come and I offer them more or be a partners, I mean, I just got to start doing it, because I say I'm going to do it. And then I talk to this guy and another two customers, but I haven't go out there and talk to all of them. So that's pretty much how I will raise capital. I don't know how other people is doing raising capital because one of the things that I keep hearing is like, no, don't ever ask them for money, present the opportunity. So I don't know how other people is doing it, but I'm presenting the opportunities pretty much.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, I hear a lot of people doing it, but I've never looked into it. I know Pace just did a new capital raising for sub two, so I'm gonna look into that as well because that's probably something I can also add to my repertoire of work that I'm doing.
But yeah, especially if you know people, right? You can get yourself into different things like clubs, or yeah, golf clubs, anything where you know that there's gonna people with money. I mean, then just get into those and then start presenting what you're doing, like, hey, I mean, I'm doing this, I'm making this much, I'm making this much money for my investors. I just did that 2 days ago with a guy who I met him through he's not my customer. He has a tree company, right? But he's huge. So I met this guy 2 years ago and because I used to attend the public auctions.
Yeah.
And then I met him there. I met him in couple. And then we have a short conversation, right? Through those conversations, he opened it up that he has all those trucks because I questioned, like, man, I mean, how many employees do you have? You have a lot of trucks. I mean, I drive by his house and it's like literally freaking 10, 15 trucks. Those trucks that with I don't know how you call it.
The man lifts, little
Yeah,
cranes.
but big trucks, they're probably worth over $100,000. He opened it up and he said, "Well, just buy them sometime. I don't have a lot of employees, but I buy all this equipment because I don't want to pay taxes." I actually went a couple months back and looked for him and he was busy. He said, "Yeah, we'll get in touch." But then he contacted me and he's like, "Hey, are you buying properties?" And I explained him what I'm doing now, right? All the creative stuff and everything. And then how I pay my lender a certain amount. I told him 10% on the money. And he's like, "Man, that's amazing, man. So you can give me 10%?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, if you're open to it, let's get together. I can definitely give you a 10% or I can bring you a PMP, let's just put a plan together." So right now we're meeting, and this guy has a lot of money. I'm assuming like if I go with him, he's not gonna be like I have 500,000. He has a lot of money, If I bring him, his goal is he's tired of managing his business, he's in his 50s and he's like, "Man, I don't wanna be doing all this." So if I
What
bring
kind of
all
business is it?
a tree company, like they cut down trees and all that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I have many things that I actually wrote down that I am going to present to him. You know what I mean? Like this is what I'm doing, and this is what I can work with you. So then he can pick become as a PMP or a PML, or I can bring properties to him. Right now, what I'm doing is with the 5 birds that I have to kill with one stone. So I'm contacting wholesalers, agents. I'm doing a little bit of pre-foreclosure, and then I'm doing like ads and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So let's say if I get 30 deals, 30 leads into my email, but some of them don't make sense to me, I can literally go and sell them to them and make a percentage.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So different ways to like present thanks to him, how we can work together.
Yeah. So what about his business? Are you gonna look into buying it?
Me?
Yeah.
Buy more businesses?
Buy his business, his tree business.
Yeah, I mean, I can present the idea. That's one
But
of
is
the
that
things
something you would want to do?
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how to work on those. Like right now, I'm working in a car wash with Jesus from Florida. He's an owners club as well. What's his name? What's his last name? I'm not good with last names, bro. Names. But he's from Florida, right? So I got this lead. I go and wash my truck there every week, every other week. So I talked to the owner one day, and then I open it up if he will be open to sell. And then I just keep repeating it every time I go, right? And then
Yeah.
finally he say, "Yeah, man, I'm actually tired. You know, I drive an hour every day, and I gotta manage this and that." But we already start talking, but I don't know about business, so I contact Jesus because that's what he was doing. So right now we're in the process of that, but Jesus was like open something that actually make me think about it, right? Like he's like, "Well, do you want to wholesale it or you want to manage it?" I don't want to manage it.
Right.
We can find an operator if the deal makes sense. But that's something I gotta learn on those in order to buy business.
But not even learn, just connect them. So like the tree service guy, if you're not too sure about it yet, I know a couple of business buyers that would probably be interested in it. So if you wanna ask him about if he wants to sell it, keep him on just for a little bit. He'll be doing about 20% of what he was doing work wise, just to be like a consultant for whoever buys it and to keep the customers that already know him to keep them comfortable with the new ownership.
Yeah.
Talk to him about that. And if he does, hit me up, let me know. And I'll reach out to a couple of the business buyers that would be interested in it, that would already have a way to put operators in place and not have to worry about managing it. And then just depending how it is, maybe we get a little bit of equity between the two of us as well. Even if it's 1%, it's better than zero, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, especially with business, they're making over 1 million a year, you know. So that's good money. No, definitely. I'll present it to him. You know, I'll present him the idea. I was leaning more into like the car washes because there's another one right here that it's actually it's a really great business, man. That place is always packed. And then I know one of the guys that worked there, this was like last year that he mentioned to me that the owner is old and he owns about 5 or 6 car washes. So
Nice.
I'm actually reading I don't know if you can see, man, you can see in here.
Yeah, it's hard to see when you have the put it right in front of your face, like right below you, where you can still see your eyes. There you go. Yeah, Main
Cody
Street.
Sanchez.
Yeah, Cody Sanchez's book. Nice.
Yeah, I'm on the like 100 page. I just start reading it. Yeah,
I've been reading Ben Martell's Buy Back Your Time.
I gotta get into that one. I've been hearing it a lot, so I gotta get
Yeah.
into that one.
You say you already have some free time, but it'll still be helpful just to see because that dude's he's giving away $1 million a month.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, if he's doing that, I'm gonna listen to what he has to say.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing the people that Pace is putting us in the same Zoom calls with. So sub two, I know you're in the group. You picked up one property sub two that you have on the market now that you're reselling. Are you
Mhm.
looking for any other sub two properties to buy creatively, or are you just looking for fix and flips that you can buy and hold after or flip and then burr out, I guess?
I'll buy a Sapto, especially in the Dallas market or any markets where I am gonna partner with people. Because if the deal comes, then I'll get a higher percentage on the partnership, or even on my market in Pennsylvania, I'm near Philadelphia. If I get I mean, around my area, it's hard to find Sapto deals because the market is like really good. But if I come across or anybody comes across one and send them my way, I'll buy them here. I'll find buyers and just wrap it. Like I don't want to get away too much from my fix and flip, because that's my main
Yeah,
thing. But if it comes to the table and it's a great opportunity, I'll jump in. Yeah.
well, sounds good, man. All right, so we'll try to get you some co-living properties to PMP on, and then I'm gonna help you with your homework in a bit after this podcast. Sub two, not so much, but we're gonna see about that business buying. See if that guy wants to sell and stay on a little bit, but he's only doing about 20%, and see if we can get that sold and maybe get a little bit of equity off of it, or a finder's fee.
Definitely. Yep.
Anything else I can help you out with?
No, man, I think we went over. I mean, there's a lot we can talk. I cannot talk all day long about real estate. I discover what I love and business.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything. I appreciate this podcast. It's always about learning and helping. Just through a conversation like right now, I learned a couple of things. Yeah.
Always my goal to teach something. I love teaching. That's one thing I really love doing is teaching other people stuff. Makes me learn it better as well.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So people can find you on Instagram at Severo Flores, REI.
Yes.
Is it the same? Are you on Facebook as well?
So on Facebook is actually my last name is Flores Severo, REI. I
Okay.
kind of messed up when I did that. So, but yeah, same thing, just with my name and my last name, both, and the
Okay.
REI.
Cool. So if you have deals that need to be fix and flip, send them to him in the Pennsylvania area and Dallas area right now. If you have money that you want to invest, he'll take your money for fix and flips and give you a return. Or if you have properties of co-living that you want to need some money for, hey, he's your man to do that as well. So you have multiple groups of people to reach out to and support from us here. So comment below or reach out to our Instagram and we'll get you there. Thanks for watching and catch this other episode that I have right above here.
Awesome. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.